Hi guys, welcome back to the workshop, and a lot of you have been waiting for this update, but in this video we are bringing you what we've been doing with the Ocean Breeze. When we started looking at the wing for the Ocean Breeze that had already been made, it seemed quite flexible, and on further inspection I sort of noticed that the wing shear webs hadn't been fitted. So we put it back on the bench, got it all flat, and I showed Ewan what was required with shear webs, cut the first to size, showed him exactly what he needed, and basically let him get on with it. So first stage for the second half of the wing was to lay out the other plan, and then get some good old sticky back plastic, and get it nice and square, cut to size, and then rub it down to the plan so that the wing didn't stick to the plan, but also, more importantly, so we can reuse the plan again. The first parts to go down will be the wingtip and trailing edge, but before they can go down, there's a very small tip cap strip that has to go down underneath the tip, which eventually the spar will sit on top of. The pre-shaped wingtip was pinned down first, and then the trailing edge lower sheeting cut to shape to match the wingtip, cut, shaped and glued, pinned down, and as you can see, Ewan then went along and fitted up the lower cap strips for the ribs. This is basically so that all of the lower section is all at the same size. You also catch a glimpse there of the tailplane support bracket being built, which makes the tailplane removable. So as you can see, we've moved on a little bit. The lower spar has been glued and pinned down, glued to the lower cap strips, and then all the ribs have been laid out to make sure they all fit, dry fitted, pinned in place. And then once we're happy with them all, you went along, white glued them in place. We had to pack up the lead edge of the cap strips a little bit to match the bottom profile of the ribs, so they all fitted nicely. So as I said, it would glue along the bottom to the cap strip, and then a tiny little bit of super glue to tack them in place while the wood glue was dry, making sure they're all vertical and square. And then the last little bit for this section was actually cutting and fitting the top spar. We've left it a little bit long at the root, but I'll cover that when we get there. And then lastly, as we forgot them on the left hand wing, the shear webs are fitted. This will obviously give a lot more strength to the wing. It's always best to do it while it's on the board, keep everything square. So as you saw from that bit of time-lapse footage, the second wing has been progressed by the chief wing builder. Done a very good job, but we've got to a stage now where we need to really think about how we're going to progress to make this one-piece wing. The root rib needs to be fitted at an angle to match the root rib and the dihedral on the other wing, so we can't do that without the other wing panel being here. We can't fit the trailing edge to the wing until that root is in, so we need the other wing panel here. We can't put the other wing panel in place until we've got the leading edge done. So really the next thing we need to do is see about getting, we can't even put the leading edge in place until we've got the other rib in place. So really the only things we can do just now is trimming up the ribs so that the leading edge could be fitted, turning the wing around, sanding the lower trailing edge sheeting to a chamfer so that the top sheeting can be fitted, and fitting pieces in here to support this tip. Can't do this one yet, again I don't know what you'll be able to see. Can't do this one here yet because this isn't fitted in place. But we could put this triangle section in and this section in. So yeah, that's what we're going to have a look at now. We're probably going to start clearing this bench so we can get the other wing in, because we'd like to try and get this wing progress as much as possible. So while Ewan gets on with doing a few more pieces on the second wing before we join the two wings, I thought I'd show you what else has been done. So the fuselage probably doesn't look too much different, other than we now have a rudder and fin in place. It is literally in place just now, because I'm not sure whether to cover it beforehand, before it's glued in, or glue it in and then cover it afterwards. We've also got the tailplane seat put in. Now originally this was just basically just the bolster parts here, but I wanted to make the tailplane removable. Previously the tailplane would have just been glued on. So in Blue Peter style, here's a tailplane I made earlier. That'll sit on there like that. We're getting a sneak peek at the colour scheme we're going for. And then we've got an elevator that'll go in there like that. Somehow. You kind of get the idea. And then rudder on the back. So it's coming together. Control rods or push rods are in, not cut to length or anything. Battery and receiver I think will go in here, two servos in here. So really all it needs is a light sanding down, and then we can see about covering it. I do, just while I think about it, need to make the hatch to go in here. Got all the parts for doing that. Do I need to do that before covering? Not sure. Have to think about that again. Well, that's the general gist of where we are with it. Hopefully in the next part of this video we'll be able to show you more progress. Probably get the wing joined in the next video, and then progress and hopefully finish the build of the wing. I'm going to carry on and get this fuselage final little bits and pieces done. Decide whether I need to make that hatch before covering. I think I do. And then get it covered. And then we're not too far away from finishing. So the next video might be the penultimate one. I'll have to wait and see. But for myself here and Ewan in the workshop, we'll catch you next time.